with Brahma Kumaris. Namaskar and a very, very warm welcome to Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. Namaskar.
Oh, Shanti.
Welcome, Sister Shivani.
Thank you so much.
I've been thinking since yesterday about mind. The moment I try to see where it is, it vanishes. And as you say that about awareness of thoughts, when I go to my thoughts and wanted to be aware of it, the thoughts stop. The moment I'm somewhere else, the start it's become a hide and seek. So I just wanted you to tell us a little about the mind, where it is, what it is, how to control it through meditation and or day-to-day life for the students and for everybody in practical life.
There was a story that I read a few days back. I goes to his guru and he says, give me one word so that I can just achieve what you have achieved. So the guru says, awareness.
Awareness.
So the disciple writes that word quickly on a piece of paper and he runs that I'm going to do this now. And then he goes halfway and he says, what am I supposed to do? But so he comes back and he says, what does it mean, awareness? So the guru says, awareness means awareness. He said, acha, okay, thik, and he runs again. And then again, after some time, he comes back and he says, but what does it mean? What am I supposed to do? So the guru says, awareness means awareness means awareness.
Then?
Which means, don't think. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to do it? Don't use too much logic. What is awareness? Awareness just means be aware. Just watch. We're aware of everything that's happening in the world. We're aware of what's happening under the ocean. We're aware of what's happening on the moon. We're aware of what's happening on other planets. We're aware of what's happening in the neighbor's house. We're aware of what's happening everywhere.
Because it's considered very important, Shivani Didi.
Absolutely.
But people say, oh, he knows everything. He knows about sports, what's happening in US, what's happening in Russia, what's happening in school, and he knows much more than the neighbor's house. He knows everything.
So what does it mean? Just to know, na? Just awareness means just to know what's happening. That's all. Now awareness means just to know what's happening.
Within me?
Nothing within. No, that's again very complicated.
No.
Again, you know, when we say, look within, it's very complicated. People say, what do you mean? Look within, where? What are we supposed to do? Look within means just look at the thoughts that I create. Taking a walk early in the morning, instead of just looking out, who's walking, who's wearing what, who's listening to music, who's talking about what's happened in the newspaper. Just look, what am I thinking?
What am I thinking?
What am I thinking?
Talk to myself.
Yeah. Just stop any minute. You can practice this the whole day. Just stop impromptu. Suddenly
People will
stop.
say, this guy's gone mad talking to himself.
You won't come to know when I'm talking to myself. You don't use this to talk to yourself. You just stop. What am I thinking?
Yeah, but the moment I stop, what am I thinking? The thinking stops. And again, some thought takes me away for hours together. Again, I come back, what am I thinking?
Why I need to do this now? Because I haven't done it since a very long time.
Okay.
Once I do it regularly, I won't need to stop and say, what am I thinking? I will always be aware of what I'm thinking. You know, let's say today's not been a very nice day at work. So I come back, I'm sitting with the paper, the TV's on, but my mind is working. It's just not engaged in any of the media. It's working. This shouldn't have happened. This is not the way the things should have gone today. This is not the way they should have spoken to me. I've been working so hard. I just don't get recognized for all that's happened. Who's thinking all this?
Me.
I'm thinking. That's all. This is awareness, that this is what I am thinking. Second awareness, is this the right kind of thinking for me? And third awareness, can I change it? That's all.
Okay, one, if I'm thinking, and what will happen if I'm not thinking? I have to think something, no?
Yeah, there will never ever be a stage when we're not thinking.
Either some kind of song goes around, some kind of jingle goes on, or some kind of somebody said something, it goes on and on. But this guy is all the time on.
Yeah.
So you mean to say one has to switch it over to something else to feed something else or give it a different toy?
It's like water. It's flowing constantly. You can't stop it, but you can always channelize it. Okay, don't have to flow this side. I have to flow this side. So you just change the direction of the water, give it a new direction to flow in another way. So you don't stop thinking. A lot of people feel meditation means stop thinking. So they will concentrate on a point of light and say, no thoughts, no thoughts, no thoughts. I don't have to think is also a thought.
Oh, and so much of pressure.
So much of pressure.
Okay, stop thinking. Again it has come.
And it can never happen. The mind can never stop thinking. We're trying to do something which is not natural. And that's why then they will say, I'm feeling very heavy here. There's too much of pressure here because I've tried to suppress something. It's not natural. And I just create one thought. I'm not to think. I'm not to think. I have to meditate. I'm not to think. That's a thought. And of what use is this thought? I'm not to think.
So much of pressure.
So much of pressure.
Are you going to relax or are you going to get up tired?
Exactly. So
and disappointed?
Yeah. Because I haven't been able to achieve it.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to do something.
And they'll come and say, oh, teacher, my head is aching because I try to stop thinking and it still goes on thinking. He'll say, take it easy, you'll learn one day, and the poor child will end up into depression.
And most of the people today then say, oh, we've tried meditation, we can't do it.
Nahi hota hai. It's difficult.
Yeah, because there's so much going on in the mind. And then it's like a car which is in the 5th gear and you suddenly want to bring it down to neutral and you just try and do it in like one groove. And it's not going to happen, it gets a jerk.
Shall we go a little back, sister? I want to ask you, okay, you said be aware. Okay, awareness. I start awareness. And then what happens? I just honestly want to know what happens practically.
Practically, first is knowledge.
Yeah, now I'm aware that I'm speaking to you. I'm sitting in this chair. And this is my question because now I'm loud. But if I was not speaking to you, I was just thinking, okay, I'll ask Sister Shivani this question. So now I'm aware of my thought. Then what?
Now, one, to be aware that I am creating this thought.
Okay, I am creating this thought.
A very big illusion is the thought is coming to me because of the stimulus. You know, a lot of people use this body language. That thought just came to me. That thought just came to me. So, which means...
He reminded me of that, or he made me think, he made me do. Oh.
It is that situation just came to me.
Language is wrong.
Yeah, the vocabulary is all wrong because the belief systems are all confused inside.
How very nice. So you mean to say...
I was just hit by those feelings. I was just hit by those thoughts. We're trying to say as if something comes from
And even if I'm crossing the road singing and the car hit me, I don't say that I was crossing like a madman.
Yeah.
Oh, so now, okay,
thoughts don't come to me. Thoughts don't hit me. Feelings don't come from outside. However tough the situation may be, I am the creator of the thought.
And the feelings.
Yeah, that will automatically follow. But I am the creator. This is first awareness. The minute I understand I am the creator, the blame game is over.
So I am aware of my thoughts. The next step is then I understand that I am the creator of these thoughts. And then I'll analyze why waste thought. There's such a bad thought. It's going to hurt me, it disturbs me. So let me improve on this. So this is how we go. Am I right?
Absolutely, absolutely. But you'll be able to change it only once you've taken the responsibility that I am the creator. My boss shouted at me this morning.
Responsibility, sister, people do not know about it. They should understand. Responsibility will be a little harder work. Well, people say, I'm ready to take responsibility, but I never knew that, no?
See, again, because the focus in life was so much outside. So much it's attention. Attention is always outside. And because of whatever is happening outside, things were happening inside. So
you know what? I'm going to interrupt. You remind me of one day you told me when you teach a child and when the child falls and you hit the table and say, this table is such a bad thing. Come on, we'll beat the table. So the child doesn't even understand that it's my mistake. I'm sorry I had to interrupt because I would have forgotten this.
It's true. It's a belief
system. So it comes from childhood that mommy says, okay, this fellow hit you.
So
Very
you're not
bad.
your fault.
No, Baba, you're such a nice guy. This table, it's in the wrong place.
Yeah.
So he'll say, yeah,
Yes.
other outside is doing this. Outside is doing it.
Yes.
Sorry, please
So
carry
this
on.
this is true. Absolutely. Now I just need to understand the table was where the table was supposed to be. It was I who didn't see the table while walking.
And it's I who's thinking.
Yes. So
And-
I have to understand. It's like my boss shouted at me this morning. I worked very hard. I was sincere. I finished everything on time. But he shouted at me. This is how he is. He just doesn't respect sincerity. He doesn't know how to appreciate and motivate his people. These thoughts are coming to me. That's what I feel. And who's responsible is my boss. And I'm justified in thinking like this. That's all. And then I say my boss needs to change. And there's gone the work of self-awareness and the inner responsibility.
So if I am aware first, then I'll know that I am creating this thought towards my boss, and I'm also sending such bad energy to him.
And to myself.
And while sending energy to him, I'm creating so much of bad energy within me to give it to him.
Yes.
So it's all bad energy give and take, and I'm
And
surrounded
the
with that.
energy that I'm creating right now, which I am getting and I'm sending to him, first, even my family around me, whom I'm sitting at home with in the evening now, is getting that energy. Because I'm creating it. It's like a perfume. Every thought I create is vibration.
Okay,
it's
I'm
in
putting
the air.
perfume on myself, but
Yeah,
the
but
other people
everyone's
can
going
also.
to smell it. So, like it or not, I have to smell the perfume that you use. And that's why if we are under stress, our children are automatically experiencing the same emotions today.
Oh yeah, you know what? You remind me of my dog. When I'm stressed and angry and I just open the door and come angry home, the dog, instead of greeting me, just goes in a corner and sits like this.
So there's the answer.
Even it affects my dog.
It does. You have to check pets at home.
Such things in life, and you make me realize, Sister Shivani, thank you so much. Wonderful.
Now we'll just change the way we think. In a whole day, we're creating about 40 to 50,000 thoughts in a day. That's our creation.
40 to 50,000 thoughts a day. Poor chap must be getting tired by the evening.
25 to 30 thoughts per minute without awareness. And every time saying, this is coming to me. So you can imagine what quality of life will become. It's like you're the chairman of a company, 40 to 50,000 products in a day coming out of the factory, and we're not aware of the product quality.
Chaos.
Chaos. Broadly, we could classify them into 4 to 5 different types of thoughts. Pure, powerful, positive thoughts, one category. Very
Pure,
positive.
powerful, positive thoughts, one category.
Absolutely clean and selfless they will be. Positive means clean, selfless. Very rare today.
Selfless means, probably we've forgotten the meaning also. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
No
it, so rare.
expectation attached, because wherever there'll be an expectation, it will be followed by hurt. So then it's not positive anymore. Negative thoughts, resentment, hatred, criticism,
very easy.
anger. That's easy, yeah. And it comes in large numbers. Necessary thoughts. I have to do this. I have to go here. I have to meet so and so.
But those are not bad, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
These are
necessary.
necessary.
Neutral.
Okay.
They're neither positive, they're neither negative, they're neutral.
Agenda.
Yeah, but let's be careful that the neutral doesn't get followed by negative. Let's say I have to go to the airport, so necessary thought. I hope there's no traffic jam on the way. I hope I reach in time. I have to reach 1 hour before.
Oh, I've got to go to the airport to pick this fellow. I told him so many times that I'll send my driver, but it's so painful to go. That kind of
So
also can
neutral
be there
thought
also.
followed by negative thoughts. So the neutral thought will be one, but it's followed sometimes with this series of negative thoughts. And fourth type of thoughts, waste thoughts. Things which are not in my control. What is not in my control? Thinking about that which is not in my control is
Why
waste of
and
energy.
if? You mean to say why and if?
Why and if? And what else?
Why do the people do this? Why does this happen? If I had done this, if
Which
why
means
is the other person doing so and so things?
yes. So which means...
Why is it raining?
Yeah, why is it raining? Which means thinking either about the moment which has passed or thinking about the moment which is still to come. Both not in my control. Past, future, both not in my control.
Past, future, or other person's thoughts also is a waste.
And yet most of the time, yeah, even when we're thinking about other people,
Why does he do this?
They should have done this. Why did they do this? I want them to do this. So it's either past or future. Even with the people, you put them either in the past or in the future. You don't accept them in the present moment as they are. If you just practice this for one day, if you're just aware for one day about this, you'll be shocked. In any moment, just check what you're thinking.
Can you be aware of your thoughts for one full day?
Actually,
I
be
tried for
aware
5
of your
minutes,
thoughts
sister.
every day.
5 minutes, it doesn't
Just
work.
begin with 5 minutes, it works. Today 5 minutes, tomorrow 15 minutes. And day after, every time.
Okay, you're saying if I am aware of my thoughts at least for a day, then what?
You'll check.
If I do this exercise today, or if we all do, our viewers,
Okay,
me and
just
them.
check today one thing. Just stop at any moment, what am I thinking? And just see, it'll be either of something that has happened or it'll be something that is still to happen.
Either
We will be thinking mostly either about something that's already happened.
happened, yeah.
It could be like 1 minute back, but it's already happened. Or we're going to think about something which still has to happen. So we're either living in the past or we're living in the future, both waste, because both are not in my control.
I know it so well. I still remember. I was remembering a scene which I had done in one of my films, and I was driving alone, and I was thinking, why did I do this? I wish I had done that. No, this was right. No, I had. And the scene goes on and on. Do you know what happened? I crossed my home, crossed the beach, and I was near my home was this, and away, and suddenly I realized, where am I going? I said, I lost my house, my home. I had to take a whole U-turn, come back.
We can cross our whole life. Actually, if we're like this, thinking either about the past or the future, we can cross our entire lifetime. Every time, just be aware. First is knowledge. Knowledge is very important, that I am the creator of the thought, aware that there are these different types of thoughts, negative, damaging, neutral, okay, waste, damaging, because it's no use at all. I'm wasting energy.
How can waste will damage
It's
because
waste,
it
it's
can be
waste of
negative, yeah.
energy, no?
Yeah,
And
you-
again, waste also gets followed by negative, because the minute I go into the past, either, oh, it should have been like this or it should not have been like this. I wish those days were better, or they shouldn't have said this. So the past, the waste gets followed by negative. If I go into the future, oh, when this happens, then I will be happy, which means now I'm not happy. So it's not a nice thought.
Now I understand why people say, I didn't do anything today. Why am I so tired?
Yeah,
I was
because
sitting
we've-
all the day at home. If he'd gone to play a game of golf, he wouldn't have been so tired.
Yes.
Because
Because
he's
the
been...
mind wouldn't have been creating so many negative and waste thoughts when the mind was concentrating on something else.
So much of energy, it depletes. You feel so tired by the evening.
40 to 50,000 thoughts in a day. If they're not of the right quality, what will happen to this organization inside? On an average, a psychiatrist today will tell us that 80% of the time the mind is in the past, and 15% of the time it's in the future. 95 gone.
But out of 80%, I don't know how much must be positive in the past also.
No, there's nothing positive in the past, because if it was a pleasant past and I'm thinking about it, then I'm thinking those days were better, which means now, no. So there's nothing positive. You know, people say, oh, it's good to have nice memories. Yes, it's a memory, but it's past, it's over. Important is now what?
How much people speak about their past when you meet them.
You know those days.
I used to be so beautiful. There used to be men around me, cars following me, boys looking at me, that. And of course, even with the men, you should have seen the salutes I used to get in the army when I was general. I was this, I was that.
So what are they
much of-
feeling inside right now? That those were the days which were I got all that from everybody, but today they are short of attention. They're trying to seek attention from people around them by saying this.
It's so sad. No, I've heard people saying, if he had said this thing to me 10 years back, I would have killed him. Today I'm old, I'm weak, I'm this. If he had seen me my days when I was a general, he would have done this. Then the women also, when I was then, talking to the family, to the children, all the time, you're right.
These are only words. We say very few words compared to how much we think. 25 to 30 thoughts per minute, not 25 to 30 sentences in a minute. We wouldn't probably be using 4 to 5 sentences in a minute, but 25 to 30 thoughts in a minute.
I met somebody day before yesterday. Handsome man, now he's on dialysis. This all the time thinking, when I was a general, when I was this, when I was that. Oh, people used to salute. He lost his place and he's lost his balance.
Any doctor would be able to explain this to us well. Every thought has an effect on the entire system, every cell of the body. So let's be careful. And of course, it has an effect on a lot of other things in life, which we will see in the next episode. Thoughts are the most powerful source of energy that we have. Let's be careful how we use them. It's like, nuclear energy. You can use it for healing, and you can use it to destroy the world. The energy is the same. You have your MRIs, CT scans, everything with nuclear energy, and you have all the nuclear missiles ready. Same energy.
Even electricity, these days.
Everything. Every form of energy can be used for constructive purpose also, and destructive purpose also. Same with thought energy. It can give and create love, peace, purity, and it can create and give to everyone around hatred, resentment, worry, anxiety. It's the same thought energy. But the wonderful part is these are my thoughts, so I have a choice.
I'm still thinking about what you said just now, that every thought has an effect on my body, and if I'm going to think of thousands and thousands of thoughts in a day and millions of thoughts in a month or my lifetime, what will happen to my whole body?
See, most of the illnesses today, the doctors will tell us it's a psychosomatic illness.
Which is not.
It is.
Almost. Which
one is not?
Which one is not?
So psychosomatic illness.
Yeah.
It's the effect of the psyche on the somata. That's all. The effect of the mind on the body.
I don't know if it is true or not. Even I was reading the other day in some magazine, even dandruff is because of, I believe, thinking. I don't even believe it, but
So heal the mind, the body will follow. Of course, take care of the body, but not too much use if we take care only of the body and don't heal the mind.
Thank you.
And that's why people will say, I'm a strict vegetarian, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I exercise every day, and yet I had a heart attack in my 30s or 40s. That's because I took care only of the body. Mind was under stress.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sister Shivani. So I think you should help us and our viewers with a nice, long meditation to teach us how to be aware of your thoughts. Please.
Let's just sit back, relax, and really look at our mind now.
Okay.
And no one will come to know that you're looking. It's something that just goes on inside.
Can I look somewhere here?
There's nowhere to look, actually. Don't have to look anywhere. Don't have to look anywhere. It's just something that because I'm going to do it the whole day. I'm going to do it while I'm walking, while I'm talking, while I'm driving, while I'm working. So
be aware of my thoughts.
It's just be aware of my thoughts.
Yeah.
My thoughts, my creation. Something that I thought was happening automatically. But I now realize the seed is me. I am the creator of every thought. And every thought has an influence on my body and on everyone around me. Let me look at my thoughts, flowing beautifully, in control. because I realize I am the master. Whatever happens around me, pleasant and not so very nice, whatever anyone might do, anyone might say, anyone might behave, I now have the key to sit back and just look at my thoughts and gradually channelize the thoughts to a different direction. Because I am the master, the creator. The focus moves from outside to inside. Because I understand now that the energy flows from inside me to everyone outside. So I'm doing everything outside, but attention, what am I creating inside? Because what I create inside naturally flows outside. I'm honest with myself, honest in my thoughts, words, and actions. Absolute harmony. This is trust. I trust myself. I love myself because I am a pure being. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, viewers. See you tomorrow again in the next episode.
Self-awareness means just to watch my thoughts, to be able to see what I am thinking and to be aware that I am the creator of these thoughts. Second step is to check whether this thinking is the right kind of thinking for me. Third step, can I change this thought? We create about 25 to 30 thoughts per minute. That is 40 to 50,000 thoughts in a day. One type of thoughts is pure, powerful, positive, and selfless thoughts. There will be no attachments or expectations. Second type of thoughts is negative. Thoughts of ego, anger, greed, hatred, resentment, fear, rejection, criticism. Necessary thoughts are thoughts related to action, neutral thoughts. Fourth type of thoughts are waste thoughts, which are thoughts about the past or the future, both not in our control. If you wish to discuss your problem or have a question to ask or want to know your nearest Raj Yoga Meditation Center, write to us at awakeningwithbks@gmail.com or call us on 099 99 744 555.